There we go. I can see him right there. It's Al Jackson. Every time I see Al...
Four cups is a statement, Tom. Let's be real.
Okay. I think
it's a thing.
It always reminds me, Al, it looks like you're in front of the wall at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, it looks like the sun is shining on you. You have great lighting.
Yeah, I feel like this is what it's going to be like when you can still talk to people after they've died. And just like you can just Al live via heaven. I'll be like, I'll still do the Thursday segment. I won't miss it.
Al Jackson joins us. Al is one of the featured performers. He's talking on the TV. DBL, Daily Blast Live.
Tom, you said that like one of my aunts. Like, have you seen Al Jackson? He's on the TV.
Well, I did that, Al, because...
you did it for a reason.
Yeah. No, we've been talking both on and off the air about something that just came over the wire, that a coalition in the United States Congress is actually lobbying now with a new thing was just proposed that would require AM radios in all cars and trucks. Because as you may or may not know, some of the car manufacturers have stopped putting AM radios in. And
that's crazy town.
Yeah, so I think there's an argument to be made that for security and for safety reasons, an AM radio is important. Also, there are certain places where the terrain dictates that the AM signal is better. In any event, I thought it was kind of funny, but that
and
reminds
also
me.
Like sports radio, like you need that just for like AM is very necessary because, look, Tom, AM means something to me and to all old school road comics. Because there was a period before there was any kind of really besides CDs to entertain yourselves. You were just driving through a rural part of Nevada and all you had is AM radio. You had a Christian channel in Spanish. You had a Christian channel in louder Spanish. You had a couple like weird kind of guys that were definitely broadcasting from their basement, but it made you kind of listen to like things you wouldn't otherwise. You were riding in silence. So I feel like AM radio is a necessary staple to keep your finger on the pulse of America.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I love listening to random AM signals, especially at night when they bounce all over the place, and you'll be in Mississippi and you're hearing a radio station from Canada, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I think part of the thing behind this though is the politicalization. What's the word I'm looking for?
Politicization.
There's a lot of politics on the AM dial.
There you go.
Particularly from the right, and I think that's probably one of the reasons this has been proposed. That'd be my guess.
That's that Rush Limbaugh. Yeah, he was the first one to really lock that down.
But but there's a lot of sports talk and a lot of sports, a lot of baseball on the AM dial. So we'll see.
There is, and it will be missed. But you brought up the South, and I wanted to say, Tom, last week it's official now. I just got back from South Carolina on Monday. My mama got remarried to a wonderful man in Charleston, South Carolina. I was just down there all week. I cannot explain how good the food is in that state.
Yeah, we love Charleston.
Chris, do you know it's like nowhere else. The pace. Because I asked my mom, I was like, because my mom is a very cosmopolitan woman. I was like, what's the biggest difference between South Carolina and, Cleveland, where she lived and most of her life? And she was like, you pick one thing to do a day. And so if you're going to go to the grocery store, that's what you do. And I was like, what do you mean? But when you go to South Carolina, because it's the geography, I guess.
Right.
It's all marshland mostly. So everything takes forever to go anywhere. Like everything is 26 minutes, but it makes you just go, we're going to go to the grocery store and then we're just going to go get some brisket at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
What's up?
The low country.
Yes, man. The food and the way people talk to you is so jarring because it's not these fake transactional conversations, which I try to avoid. They're like so authentic that it's weird, like you're like, we'll have a table for two and they'll be like, we're glad you came in. I want to talk to you a little bit about these ribs we just pulled off the rack. And the man will talk to you for 4 minutes about why this is a new smoker they're using. And it was so refreshing. Like it re-galvanized me for the rest of 2023 or whatever.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I saw the photos of your mom's wedding on Instagram. I do follow your mother. I am a stalker.
Oh, good.
But she looked so cute and so happy. It was such a sweet thing.
Oh, Christy, I saw her and your boy, I fell apart. I was like, oh, that's my mom. And then on top, speaking about South Carolina, we do the wedding at this beautiful enclosure called Ashley River Park. If anybody's listening to South Carolina, there is a dope Yelp review coming in their future. But we're leaving, and the woman that runs the venue comes running. I thought somebody left their cell phone or something. And she's like, I just want to let everybody know we comped this entire thing. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but they just comped the whole wedding venue. Yes. And so it was just...
Somebody recognized you.
It was such a snow. I wish one person in the wedding party did, but she was already part of the wedding party. She was like an 80-year-old woman, so like I don't think she had that kind of sway.
Al, we're big in Charleston. Yeah, I bet they did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Al? Like the important thing is, did you catch the garter?
No, and that's gross. I think the garter is the most isn't it uncomfortable for everybody every time?
It's
because anytime
awful.
I'm at somebody else's wedding and the garter's happening, I'm looking right at the dad, and he's got that same face that all the dads, it's like when your team just blew a fourth quarter lead, but you're with your son and he can't see you lose it. So you're like, no, this is great. Yeah. Hey, you win some, you lose some. Like, you just have to have that face. And I don't, why? It's like you're under her skirt. Your head is under there. Bro, what? We need to flip that out for something. I also don't like the cake smash on the face.
I hate that. I
hate
cannot
that
stand
too.
that.
I think that's
still
away.
happening?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I hope not. Did it happen at your mom's?
Absolutely not. But I will say this, and Josh, I'm as a proud son of Dr. Jackie McLemore, I'm going to say this. Wedding cake was carrot cake. I don't know about that, Jack.
Really?
Yes, it's
Wrong.
It's a polarizing cake.
It is a polarizing cake.
It's a polarizing cake, Christy.
Was there a
That's what
white
my guy
frosting?
wants. That's what my guy wants for our wedding cake.
Was there white
Carrot
frosting so it tricked you into thinking it wasn't carrot cake?
They do use a regular white frosting.
No,
They
you
don't
know,
use cream cheese.
Someone should have called the police. That is insane. You can't have a fake wedding cake like that and you go and there's a vegetable in there?
I'm with you,
It was
Willie.
a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was you know, and the only thing that has ever topped that, I told you guys, I went to that Super Bowl party. It was the year of the Janet Jackson Nipplegate.
Nice.
And the person that threw the Super Bowl party bought like 4 to 6 pizzas, and they were all pineapple.
All of them.
No.
Every single pizza was some version of pineapple, and this is before YouTube, and this is before you've been punked or tricked or whatever that show was. This was just a person that failed to understand that pineapple is a very polarizing ingredient. What's up with the anchovies if you're gonna take it there, dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
But yes, other than that, it was one of the best experiences. I really like Charleston. Right at this point in my life where I'm moving and just trying to set my family up, I can't live there yet, but it's on the table. It's on the table for the latter years. It's just chill out there. It's on the table.
Well, the notion of just doing one thing per day is a Chick McGee staple.
You could never do that.
Yeah.
But Chick has, I think, perfected this.
I try to adhere to that, yes.
Just go into the grocery store. Oh, that's it. That's the day.
You know what Tom always says? Why do one thing when you could barely do 10 things?
That's right.
Al Jackson is our guest. Daily Blast Live is his TV show. And Al is educating this reporter in the world of hipper verbiage, I guess. What have we got
Sounds
for
like it's
today?
working.
What do we got?
Tom, we're going to start with one that this kind of just hit me, and I wanted to know how you would interpret this. Tom, when would you usually use the phrase, hey, yo?
Hey, you?
Hey, yo.
Yo.
Oh, hey, yo.
Heyyo.
I'm over here. Hey, yo.
Look, Tom is like a person that he's got just enough of an argument to get it to be the fourth entry in the dictionary. In terms of use, it's like, yes, technically. Okay. Josh, when would you use the phrase, hey, yo?
When I wanted to get a female's attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say at the beginning of an altercation or at the beginning of seeing a buddy I haven't seen in a long time, like, hey, yo, or like, hey, yo. Sometimes
I like
happy,
that.
sometimes sad.
Very excited.
Interesting. Those are all 100% valid. I find myself only using that if, like, let's say I went over to Josh's crib and the door was open and he was expecting me. He's like, "Oh, I might be upstairs." So that's my way of saying, "Hey, I'm here." I'll be like, "Hey, yo, is anybody in here?" But yeah, okay, I will accept those. Tom, I'm gonna count that as one for one.
Okay.
You know, you're getting ready to hit for the cycle, so let's do it. Tom, what is the phrase? If it's smoke, we pulling up. What does that mean?
If it's smoke, we pulling up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think is this if you're driving around and you see a cadre of attractive ladies, they are smoking hot. Therefore, you're going to stop by and go, "Hey," like in that commercial with the Mr. Microphone thing.
What's a
We
cadre?
just stopped to check you out or something.
Remember that
What
the
was
guy
it?
drives
Yes.
by and they go through the microphone, "Hey, ladies, we're stopping to check you out." How did I do?
That's not correct, but here you may have stumbled on something I absolutely love. You know how they call a bunch of crows is a murder of crows.
Mm-hmm.
I like a group of attractive women to call them a cadre. I love that.
They're like a team.
Yes.
You will help
Josh,
me.
what do you think? What do you think that means? If it's smoke, we pulling up.
If it looks like if it looks like it's happening, like there's a lot of people there enjoying themselves, we're going to go ahead and stop and join in.
No,
What?
smoke
I think
just
it's the
means it's a
opposite.
prop.
Oh.
Yeah. So no, Pat, talk to us.
What?
If it's toast, the party's burnt. We're out of here. No.
That's not correct, but I like that was a complex, beautiful mind way to dissect that. That's interesting. Christy?
I was thinking if it's smoke, we're pulling up. It's you can see they're indulging in some marijuana or something, and there's a party, and we're going to stop.
What about Pope advocates, and they're trying to see the white smoke to see if the new Pope is coming, and they go, "Hey,
think
fellas, we're
somebody
pulling
just
up. We're
nailed
trying to
it.
see who's getting picked."
Is that it?
The streets have a lot of slang for the Pope.
Yes.
No, smoke is just like if there's a problem. And
Oh.
pulling up means, so it's like, somebody's talking crazy about Willie on IG Live. Well, we're just going to pull up to your radio station and we're going to see what's up.
Huh.
So, like, if it's smoke, we're going to be there. If you're talking crazy, we're just going to pull up and we'll see if you can say the same thing to our face.
Gotcha.
Tom,
I see. Very good.
if you asked Josh what he did this weekend, and Josh said, "Tom, I dipped to the A." What did he do?
I dipped to the A.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Don't. What?
No. No, I know it's not. It's not that.
It's got nothing to do
not
with
that.
There's
chewing tobacco.
no rims involved, if you will.
Certainly no.
I dipped to this. So this is not a dipping like you would dip a chip, or dipping as you would. I dipped to the A. Man.
Look at Ace.
Got in the pool halfway.
It sounds like you did something you did something all the way.
Look at Ace.
Godwin's guess was hysterical.
What did he say?
Okay.
A guy got in the pool halfway. I dipped to the A. Right? That's it, right? Yeah.
Because there's a thing of I put my feet in the water and just kind of sat there. You can do that at the side of the pool, or you can kind of half submerge. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I would dip to the A means you went all the way with something. I'll tell you what, I was really hungry. Went to the game. I dipped to the A. I had 7 hot dogs, and no, I'm getting the look.
If I could, there's a hint in this room. Ace is wearing a hat that says A.
Yes.
What does that A
Yes.
stand for?
Ace,
No.
Atlanta. I dipped. I mean, you went to Atlanta. I dipped to the
Yes,
A.
sir.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually said that before. Like, I did to the A, came right back on Sunday morning. Yeah, it's just like, I dipped out real quick and came back.
When I dip to
Tom,
the A, I'm confined to the airport typically.
Yeah, or traffic.
Yeah, layover.
Yeah.
I dipped to the A. That's interesting. How did you
All
do
right, so
that?
Tom,
Can
I
you
need
say
you
it
to
with
use
any
both.
city? Like I dipped to the
Oh,
city,
yeah.
like going to Chicago, or
Well, it would be you could probably. I mean, obviously, you can just use the real city's name, but if there is You can say Chi-Town.
Gotcha.
You can say Chocolate City. You
For
can say
me,
Nolans.
I dipped in the sea means I hooked up with my ex-girlfriend again.
Oh.
There we go.
See, I'm from St. Louis, so when I say I dip to the loo, everybody goes, my darling.
But yeah, and that's exactly what you called the loo. Yeah, I dipped to the loo this weekend. It was my mom's birthday. Yeah, I love it. So, Tom, I need you to use both of these new phrases that we are incorporating into our lexicon. In a sense, I need you to use the phrase
it's
"dip to
this
the
is a
A,"
snap.
and if there's smoke, we pulling up in the same sentence.
Well, I got into my hoopty.
Oh, jeez.
And
That's
I-
not part of what.
I look. You don't edit Charles.
Okay,
Dickens
you're
over
right.
here.
You're easing in. Okay.
You don't edit Charles Dickens.
I do when he says hoopty.
I got into my hoopty. I was riding dirty, of course,
Oh, yes, of course.
and I dipped to the A, and I saw there was smoke, so I pulled up and said, "Hey, don't you go bad mouthing my friend Josh. Say it to my face, bro." How did I do?
He's really got my back here.
And by the way, Al, I don't think we can say Chocolate City. I don't know. If that's,
Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yeah.
See, I hear Chocolate City. I think it's Hershey,
So
Pennsylvania.
do
think so,
I.
too.
Yeah.
And there's a fundamental difference.
Hey,
Whenever they go, we're going to have a talk about race. And what's the difference? That right there. D.C. and Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Ace.
Both great places for very different reasons.
this may be a job for Hal Jackson. Could you do a GPS system that was all slang?
That would be so dope. That would be.
It would
I'm
give you-
surprised they haven't done that.
It would give you like directions to the Chocolate City
I wouldn't go down that street.
in street terms. Yeah, I'm not going to even try because
It certainly sounds like a Key and Peele bit.
It's this isn't very funny, but
does.
you can have Snoop Dogg on Waze. He can tell you where to go on Waze. So they have done that to a certain extent, but it's not slang necessarily.
But does he? So he doesn't say like, "Hey, take a Rizzle."
he might say something like that. Yeah, I could imagine he has a little bit of fun with it.
Okay.
wow.
But yeah, I think I'm kind of, where Ace was, where it's kind of like, I just want, my GPS to be like, you just put in the coordinates for neighborhood and it just goes, bro.
Not in this car. Not in this car.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we got to check out Al Jackson. You will find Al on the Daily Blast Live. Thanks, Al.
And you can find me in your hearts. I love you guys.
That's right, Al. Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.